Hello and welcome to this interesting session. Here I will explain how to make a registration and login system by using PHP and MySQL database. You will also learn about the session and cookie while making this login. This session gives the idea for starting your web project. You will learn the implementation idea for the session and cookies with registration part in your admin area. After making a successful login, you will be redirected to your dashboard and then you will be able to make a admin part as per the wish and requirements. Here I will demonstrate the usage of session cookies. Before starting the coding, you just have to download the startup files from the GitHub. All the necessary PHP files, HTML and CSS files are already available. To work with this login system, you just have to download the codes. Let me download. I just have to extract all the files and folders. Let me copy and paste all these files inside my document root folder. I am going to put all the content inside my htdocs. For this project I have used a XAMPP, and here I will make a one new folder for this particular project. I will paste all the content inside this login folder and I will open all these codes with the text editor. Let me open. Okay, let me give some informations for you with this file structure. So here all the files are created for the startup. We need to write the code. This login is the login form where we have to write the code for the login process. This logout, again we have to write the code for the logout part. This is the registration page from where the user will register, and this is the session page where we'll write the code for controlling the parts. After making a successful login, the user will be redirected to the dashboard, and these are the some of the include files which is already included in this dashboard. And whenever if you want to go ahead with this particular project, yes, these files will be repeated and you will be able to use these things. To run the PHP applications, you must have to install the Apache server, MySQL databases in your system. So all these necessary applications I have already installed with the combo package by using a XAMPP. Whenever you want to test your code, at the time you have to start the server. To run the testing server, you just have to open a server. Here I am just going to open the XAMPP control panel from my computer, and I have to start the services, this Apache and MySQL. Let me start. Both of them are started, and now I will be able to check the output from this localhost, and my folder is login. So inside the login there is no index, so that's why I'm getting an index of anyway, no problem. Let me click on the login.php. This is the startup file which we have already downloaded. Now it's time for working with this file. We'll write the code for sign up, and yes, definitely we'll write the code for the register part also. But before doing these things, let's create a database first. To work with the MySQL databases, here we have a GUI applications called the phpMyAdmin, which is already installed. You just have to open this one by using localhost/phpMyAdmin. Let's wait for a while, it is going to run. And after opening this one, first of all I will create the database, and after that one we just have to create a login table. So now let me create a database. Here I am going to create a database. So let me give a database name as a project, project, and the collection, the default collection, I am just trying to use the default collection. Let me create. After this one, the database is selected, the project database. I am inside the project database, and here no tables found in this database. Let me create a users table, users with 5 column headings. Let me give a ID which should be a auto increment, and it should be a primary key. And let me create another field called username, the data type variable type varchar, and the length 32. Let me create another password field. It should be encrypted, so that's why I have to give some more length. Let me give 100, and I need to give an email also, so let me give an email, and let me give a length, and let me give a country, country. In our registration form there is the country, so that's why I'm trying to use this country. And if you need to use any kind of if you need to add more fields or anything else, just customize it as per the wish and the requirements. So here I'm going to choose the variable character. The username must be a unique in any application, so that's why whenever you want to control the user's name unique by your database, yes, you have options for unique part here. Just choose the unique and click on the go button. Now let me save this table. Here I have to click, and now it is saying that please enter a valid length. So that means for the variable character, I forgot to write previously. Anyway, let me write a country as the 10 20. Yes, 20. Let me give a 20, and let me click on the save again. Okay, our table is created, and this is the structure. The ID is primary key, and it is auto incremented, and another one is the username, which is 32 character length. Here is the unique key, the password, email, and country. And if you click on the browse right now, there is no data in my table. So I need to write a code for inserting a data from my form. So that means the form is already with here. This is the login form, and this is the register form. So we will provide the username, we will provide the email, we will provide the country, and we will provide the password here. Let me write a PHP code for connection to the database. I need to make a new file for making a connection, so let me click on the new file. Let me write a db.php, where we will write the database connection code. Let me start with PHP, and I want to define some variables. $uname equal to, suppose our default user for the MySQL will be root, so that's why I just have given this one. dbpass equal to blank, it is blank by default. $host, by default the host will be a local host. The DB is project for right now. And after this one, to connect to a database, you just have to write a code. Let me make a one variable. Connection is equal to, you can connect a database by different libraries. Here I am going to demonstrate by using a MySQLi driver. So MySQLi underscore connect connect. This is the built-in functions for connecting to a database. And this MySQLi connect functions takes a 4 parameter. The first parameter will be your host name. Let me write a host. My variable name is $host. After this one, you have to give a username, $uname. The third parameter you have to provide as the password. The variable is dbpass. Anyway, let me write a dbpass. And the last variable is the database name. You have to provide the database name is db in this scenario. And if there is any errors, you can throw the errors by using or die functions. Let me write a db connection connection error. So after writing this one, you can check the connection. If the connection is established, the page will be a blank, otherwise you will get the error messages. So let me check the let me check the output of this one. So here I just have to write a db.php, and then I'm getting a blank output. That means my database is successfully connected to MySQL server. And now it's time for writing a code for the registration part. All the scaffolding part is already here. The HTML part is already here. Okay, so that means no need to write the HTML part for right now. My aim is to giving a PHP code, so that's why all these codes are already here. You just have to write the PHP code only. So anyway, now look at here. I need to give some explanations for the form. The form is here. Okay, so that means form class is equal to something, method is equal to post, name is equal to this one, and I have to put actions here, ACTION, action. By writing this action property, that means from which page you are going to process this PHP, your registration part. Here I will process with this same page, so no need to write anything else. Otherwise, if you are trying to process this page, then only you just have to write some page name here. Let me leave blank here for right now. Anyway, no problem. And then here the form part. Okay, especially we have a input type is equal to text, name is equal to username. This is the name from where I will capture the data. Okay, and then this is the email. So again, yes, I will capture the data email with this one. And then this is the country, and this is the password. So all these things I have already created. And then now look at here you have a submit button. Input type is equal to submit, name is equal to register. So with this register I have to check. So if the form is submitted, then only we have to process this part. So that's why let me write some code. Okay, anyway, I'm going to write a code for here. Let me write some code to this block. Otherwise you can write inside the body part also. Let me start the PHP code for here. I'm going to write for this demonstration purpose. So and after this one I have to check with the form is submitted or not. That means if it's set, and then you have to write a code. If it's set $_ post, your method is post, and then you need to write that submit button is pressed or not. So for that one, the submit button name is register. So that's why I will try to write a register here, REGISTR, register. And if this is submitted, then only this block will be run. So that means look at here. Let me echo for right now, form submitted, SUBMITTED, submitted. Until and unless if you click on the register button, then only it will work. Otherwise will not get the output. Look at here, I am not getting any output. That block is not running here. And after clicking on this sign up, yes, that will be run, and I am getting a form submitted. Though here I have not validated anything else. For the validation and other part, definitely I will make another video. The form is submitted at this moment. So let me collect some values. Now I just want to delete this one. This is not required for me. For the testing purpose only, I just have written that part. Now it's time for getting a data, DETTING, getting the data. So for that one, let me make a variables. So for example, username is equal to $_post, and the name of the input field, you have to define the name of the input field. That means input type is equal to text, name is equal to username. That means this username you have to write. You have to write this username here. Anyway, another one is the password. Let me copy and paste for here anyway. And I think the password, I have written the password in my form. Another one is the email. You just have to write email. The variable name is email, and I'm trying to get a data from email input field. Okay, and then the last one is the country, COUNTRY. We have write the country. So let me write COUNTRY, 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 country. Anyway, all the fields are collected here. And then I'm not going to validate anything else for right now. So that's why I write the simple code for right now. Anyway, let me make one SQL statement for inserting the data. SQL STATEMENT statement. So let me write SQL is equal to INSERT, insert, and you have to write into, and your table name. Now you need to define a table name. Okay, your table name is users, so that's why let's write users, and Inside the users, I have these fields. That means let me go for the structure: username, password, email, and country. The ID is auto incremented, so right now you don't need to worry about this one. The ID will be automatically incremented. So here you just have to define these 4 field names: username, password, email, and country. So let me define our field names here. So I'm going to write this one, VALUES values. Anyway, first of all, let me complete the structure, then I will define. So now look at here. Inside the username, I have to insert the data for the USER username, okay, comma, username, password. Let me check. Yes, username, password. After that one, another field is email, and another one is the country, COUNTRY, country. So this is the reserve word, that's why I'm getting a password as the highlighted. Anyway, no problem. And here you just have to give that variable names, okay. So that means username, comma, dollar password. After this one, you have to give the third parameter is the email, so that's why let me write email, and the fourth one is dollar country, COUNTRY, country. Anyway, this is the statement. We just have prepared the statement, and then before executing your query, yes, the connection must be made, right? So that's why let me make a connection. So making CONNECT connection, INCLUD include underscore, let me write once, and my connection page is handled by using a DB. That's why I will write the DB here. I will not write the each and every code for the repeatance. That's why I have included this one. And here now it's time for making a query. Making a query. So while making a query, let me create a one variable called query is equal to mysqli underscore query query. These functions will take 2 parameters. The first parameter is your connection string. The connection string is we have written a CONN in our db.php, and the another part is the statement. Now I need to write a statement, right? So that's why my statement is $SQL at this moment, SQL. After this one, you can give a message also, or die data insert error. Let's write this one. And if you want to give us some message for the user, just write here, okay. If dollar query, yes, give a message. For example, for right now I'm just going to print here itself, and echo user dollar, let me write dollar username registr register SUCCESSFULLY successfully. So you will get this message. And if you need to control the basic validations, okay, that means look at here, I'm just going to write basic validations. If dollar username not equal to null, and dollar password not equal to null, and dollar email not equal to null, anyway, and dollar COUNTRY country not equal to null, then only the data should be inserted. So that's why let me open this curly bracket, and yes, I need to close this one to here. Else echo please please fill all the FILES fields. Anyway, now it's time for checking the output. Now I need to check the code. Let me refresh this one, and let me try to insert data for the Dharma. I'm trying to write a username as the Dharma, email as anything else. Here we have not sent the email, so that's why you can write anything else. The country, let me choose anyone else. Anyway, I just have to choose this one, and the password I will write dharma dharma. Right now I have not encrypted. Anyway, no problem. For this one also I have not managed anything else. But in real time scenario you will get the before agreeing this one, okay, the form should not be submitted. So anyway, let me click on the sign up. Okay, I'm getting a one error here, undefined array key email. Yes, that is the typo mistake. Let me correct that one, and I'm getting a please fill all the fields. Okay, so email. So on line number 7, so that means I need to check line number 7. It's a email. That is the mistake I have made. Anyway, let me reload again. So okay, this is the dharma, and this is one, and this is, and let me write dharma dharma. Let me sign. Yes, the dharma registered successfully. That means you will be able to get your data in your PSP MyAdmin. Let's open your PSP MyAdmin. Click on the users table, and then you will get the data. Now look at here, ID1, this is the automated, username dharma, password dharma, email this one, and country US. Password, especially for the password, this is not encrypted, but while making a real-time system, at the time you have to encrypt. For the encryption and other purpose, yes, definitely I will make the other videos also. So right now the registration is success. That means you can register unlimited number of users from this system. But anyway, now let me register another user also. Admin admin@me.com. Let me choose a country anyway, and let me write a password as admin here. Let me sign up. Now again, this user is registered. Now it's time for writing a code for a login. The login code also, the HTML part is already created, and we just have to write a PHP block only. Okay, here we'll write the PHP block, and let me give information related to the form. So now look at here, the form is here. Method is equal to post, name is equal to login. Anyway, no problem, and I have to give a action is equal to, I will process this one from itself. Okay, now look at here, we have a username field, and another field is the password, and we have a submit button. Look at here, input type is equal to submit, and the name is equal to login. First of all I will check same as the previous register part. I'm going to write some PHP block here. I must have to check the form is submitted or not. Okay, and then only I will continue. So let me copy this one. I'm just going to copy this one, and we'll paste to here. This is the login. Your submit button name is login, so that's why I just have added a login here. This part I will explain afterwards. The block will be execute after submitting a form, and the same thing you have to capture getting the form's data. Okay, so here you have to capture the data. Dollar username equal to $_post, and the username is anyway username. Let me confirm. Yes, username, password, and after this one here you have to go for the password equal to $_post PSWRD password. Anyway, after this one you have to make a one SQL. You have to prepare a one SQL statement, statement, and let me write a SQL equal to CLECT select asterisk from our table name is users, and let me write a users where, and let's confirm. This is your field name, username, and password. Okay, so I need to give a username equal to $username. This should be exactly from your database field name, and this should be exactly as your variable. So please don't be confused for this one. And let me write an and condition because the username and password must be matched, so that's why I just have written a password equal to $PASSWORD password. And this is the only the SQL statement we just have prepared. Anyway, after this one I need to make a database connection, so that means dbconectin connection. Let me require underscore ones. So there are some difference between include ones, require ones. I hope you understand these parts. Otherwise, if you didn't understand, just write in the comment below. Definitely I will describe db.php. And then let me make a query, query. Anyway, dollar query equal to mysqli underscore q query, and let's give a connection variable, and you need to give a SQL statement. This is the SQL statement. After this one, you need to check the affected rows, how many rows it affect. So whenever you are going to log in, that means only one row must be affected. Okay, for that one, let me make a one count variable, count count equal to mysqli underscore num underscore rows. By using these functions, it will check the how many row is affected URY. And let me check if $count double equal to 1. Okay, and if $count double equal to 1, then you can say that echo login success is success. After checking this one, we will redirect to the dashboard, so please wait for a moment, else you can say that, else no need to write here, right? So let me give some message to here itself, or die login problem. Anyway, let's terminate this one, and it's time for checking a login part. The two users we have already added in our system. One is Dharma and another one is the admin. Let me check for the login part. Okay, let me go for the login, and here is the Dharma. Yes, I have added, and again let me write a DHARM Dharma, my password. Let me sign in. Yes, the login is success. That means our code is working properly. Now you need to redirect to the dashboard. That means look at here, I'm going to call a PHP header functions, which will redirect to your web pages, LOCATI location, and let me give a page name as the DASSBOARD dashboard.php. Anyway, so look at here. Now I will be redirected after making a successful login. Yes, I have switch to the dashboard. Anyway, still this dashboard we have not implemented any securities part. We need to implement a security part by using a session. Only the logged in user can access this part. Look at here, without login also I will be access to this dashboard. If I directly try to access, yes, I have not make a login, but I am able to access this dashboard. Now we need to prevent this dashboard by using a session. So how to implement a session, the concept I am going to provide for you. So here I need to make a session part. So whenever you want to use a session, that means the session, okay, the session must be started at the very beginning. Let's start a functions called session session underscore start in your project. So here you have to write a session start. After this one, now you need to write a session variable. Let me call a session variable. Okay, so that means $session session. You can give any session name. I will just give a session at the user for right now. Anyway, user, and user equal to, for right now I'm just going to write this same username. Okay, username. You can define anything else. You can define some random numbers here while making a sessions. Now this is my session. The session is the username, and we need to check this session. If the session is exist, then only we will give the permission to that dashboard. Otherwise we have to redirect. So for this one I need to make a session page. Yes, the session is already created. This is the blank file. You just have to open, and we will try to implement this one. So let me start the PSP. Let me close this one and let me start the session for this one. This page will be included for other remaining pages. Session start. So anyway, after this one, if it's set, look at here, $_ SESSION session. My session name is user, which I just have defined inside this block, session user. I'm going to check for here if session user. Otherwise, let me check with not is set. Okay, so I think it will be better for me if session is not set at the time. We have to redirect for the user header, and let me go for the LOCATION location, that is the login.php. If session is not there, then you will be redirected to the login page. Otherwise, you will be stay on that particular page. So this is the way for checking the session. While defining a session, you just have to write the session super global variables and your session name, okay, and then some values you just have to write. And while checking the session, again you will check like this, the session is set or not. And then in this example, now look at here, I just want to open this page where previously I have not logged in, and then let me refresh this one. Anyway, this session part I have not included, so that's why I got the error. So I need to include this session to this dashboard page, and then only it will work. So that means let me go for here PHP, and after this one let me include, okay, include _ once. This part I will include only once, so that's why I just have written the page name is session.php. Now I need to check again. So if I check this one, at this moment I will be redirected to the login because there is no sessions, and here in this Chrome, okay, anyway, previously the session is not stated, so that's why I am redirected here. Let me log in here again, DHARM Dharma, and sign in. Now yes, I am at the dashboard here. But whenever you will try to access to dashboard without login, dashboard.php, you will be redirected to the login each and every time. So this is the one way of protection in your admin areas in your project. And now let me create a logout part also. How to destroy the session, for that one I need to explain. So that's why let me go for the logout. This part I need to write some codes, and while making a logout, your session should be clear. Anyway, SESSION session _start. You need to write this one, and then your session should be destroy SESSION session _onset. There is the functions called session onset, as well as you have functions called session session _on. Okay, the spell, I made a spell mistake, onset. And another one is the all the sessions can be destroyed by using a session _destroy functions, DESTROY. So these functions will be very fruitful whenever you will use this one. Okay, after this one, now you need to redirect for the login page. So location login.php, and this login part I need to give a link in my dashboard. Now look at here, let me give a output for right now. So here is the page. This one also, this part we need to change, though we have not written anything else. So after clicking on this one, there is the logout. So that means this link I need to manipulate, as well as this session value. Okay, the session value I have already started. So these two things now I'm going to manage, and after that one I will try to click on the logout. So for this one I have already created a file. This is the part is included by using a search bar. Okay, this is the file where you have to write the code. Anyway, lots of HTML and CSS part is here. You can customize as per the wish and the requirements. But right now let me check that yes, this is the admin part. That means if any session variable is created, that session variable can be accessed anywhere else in your project. So now let me write a PHP block for here to display that one. Okay, so I will try to log in with Dharma. At the time you will get the Dharma itself here. So $PHP $echo, let me write echo $_SESSION session, and my session name is user. You just have to write this much for right now. So anyway, we have successfully displayed the username to here, and I need to give a link for this logout part. ahref is equal to my page name is logout logout.php. just to give a logout.php here, and okay, this is the anchor name, and I just have successfully closed this part. Let me check the output. Let me refresh. Yes, got here. I'm getting a Dharma here in the session. The Dharma is already, so that's why I am able to access this one. And if I click on this one, I will be redirected. This design part, okay, we'll check afterwards also, no problem. Let me click on the logout. Yes, I am logged out. Let me open with admin, and I must be get the admin here. Look at here, the username. I got the username admin to here. Still, if I try to access this dashboard, yes, you will not able to access this dashboard before making a login. Okay, and if you want to continue with your project at the time, you just have to create remaining pages by copying this dashboard and just design as per the wish and the requirements. So these are the some of the files. The footer part, that means the footer part, okay, this copyright part I just have managed from here. The header CSS, all the CSS part is managed from here. If you want to add any CSS, you can manage for here, and then all the script part that is included here, all the JavaScript part I have added, managed from here. This side navbar, this means this part, if you want to add some menus or anything else, yes, you can manage from this sidebar part. And the login, logout, register we have already managed. The session part we have already managed. This DB we have created while making a project for making a connection to the database. And this dashboard is the layout, okay, the main layout. After successfully logged in the system, you have to redirect for your user, and they should be able to navigate for each of the tasks. So whatever the features you will provide in your admin areas, that can be accessed directly. So now I need to implement a cookie part for here. So that means I need to rewrite some code into my login.php. Let me open the login.php. Okay, we need to store the cookie informations, and that store informations we have to manipulate here. Okay, let me check the keep me signed in. So the name I have to provide for here. Input type is equal to checkbox. Okay, give a name for this one. Name equal to remember. Remember, you just have to write the name. After this one, we have to extract the data. Okay, input type is equal to checkbox. Name equal to remember, and let's give the value also. Okay, value is equal to 1. Anyway, no problem, you can give any values. If checkbox is ticked, then the value will be sent as the 1 here. And now I need to get that variable remember equal to $_post. Give that remember here. If remember double equal to 1, then only you have to write this code. Okay, otherwise no need to write. So that's why if remember double equal to 1, then only you have to write this one. So you need to write a set cookie functions, set cookie, and here you have to provide a cookie name, cookie value, and the expiry name. So in this example, I will write a cookie name as the uname. I'm just going to write a uname for here. My cookie name is this one, and my cookie value is $username. This value I need to write in the form also, so that's why this value I need to manipulate. And then after this one, you need to give a expire time, how many days you need to implement the cookie. So let me call a time functions. It will extract the current time plus and how much minutes or anything else. This is the 60 second, this is the 60 into 60, that means this is the 1 hour. If you want to provide a cookie for the 1 day, you will write 24, and I need to set the cookie for the 10 days, so this is the 10 day. Anyway, and then my path will be for the whole domain, and whenever you want to put with the whole domain, at the time you just have to write a slash. Anyway, this is the cookie for username. Again, I need to provide a cookie for the password also, so let me write a password, and this is the PASSWORD password. Okay, so these are the two things we just have managed for the cookie. If there is the remember, then only we just have tested, otherwise this block will not run. Okay, if you didn't check that checkbox at the time, the cookie will not be set. Now we need to write these cookies value into our HTML forms. That means here you need to write the cookie value. If the cookie is set, at the time you just have to write. So let me write a value is equal to, and then I need to call a PHP block. Anyway, I will write if and then is set functions. Okay, if it's set, dollar underscore, the cookie value can be grabbed by using a cookie and your cookie name. Okay, the cookie name is uname, which we have defined previously. If it's set cookie, and then we need to echo the dollar underscore COOKIE cookie uname here. It should be written here. Okay, now this will works, and again I need to write a cookie for the password also. So let me go for here. Okay, so that means here also I need to write, and the cookie name is upass, and the cookie value is upass, which we have defined previously. Now let me check the cookie uname and upass. This cookie is not set previously, so we can check the cookie from the settings part. Let me go for the settings. Let me check the cookies. Okay, somewhere else we'll get the cookies value. Let me check cookie and other. After this one, now I just have to go for here, see all the cookies, and here we will get the cookies values, local host, and we have only one cookie at this time. Look at here, this is the PHP session ID. The cookie name uname is not here. Let me add the cookies first, and then definitely you will get the cookies part. So let me click on the remember here, the Dharma and Dharma. Okay, I'm going to use a username and password here. Let me click on the sign in. Yes, now the cookie also sets, and I will show you from here. Okay, let me reload. Let me check this one, privacy and security again, cookie and other data services, and let me click on the see all cookies, and after this one I will go with that local host, localhost. Here we have 3 cookie files. Now look at here, the cookie name is uname and upass, which we just have already added. My username is Dharma. Look at here, the domain is localhost, and I have added a 10 days, right? So that's why I'm getting a June 6 for here. So that means I think it will around 10 days. Okay, so I'm getting 10 days for here, and after log out into the system, now this username and password is saved. So if I want to re-log in, I'll be immediately logged in without writing this username and password. Yes, this is the way for adding a cookies session in your applications. So guys, this is how you make a login and register PHP MySQL based applications for making the admin panel in your website with easy steps. After watching this session, you will be able to start your admin panel development for your own website. If you have any questions regarding these sessions, please feel free to mention in the comment section, and If this video helps for you, like this video, give thumbs up, and if you want to view technology related videos, subscribe this channel. Happy coding, happy learning. Thank you.